What's up, everyone? This is Minnie, and today I'm coming at you with my captain build for the new premium German ship, the Mecklenburg. Now, before we get into the reminder, I did get this ship as part of my CC status with Wargaming for testing and review. Don't forget also to like the video, follow my channel, and subscribe here to help me keep making great content. Now, this is not the review. The review, hopefully by the time you watch this, will be out, or will be out tomorrow, depending on when you watch it. But this is my captain builds and such. So, first off, with the Mecklenburg, there's a lot of different ways you can build this, and I went back and forth over a while on how I wanted to build this. Wargaming recommends this as a secondary ship, and while the secondaries are cool, as I played it more and more, I found that the secondaries don't play this like I want to play the ship. The Mecklenburg, I tend to find, is not wanting to get in close and brawl and wants to take advantage of the range, and so this is designed as a full survivability Mecklenburg. Now, first thing I like to take is I like to take gun feeder. I take on most battleships just for the ability to switch. If you're not a fan, then I'd say take the demolition expert for the extra chance of causing fires, or the quick emergency repair specialist. At tier 2, you want grease the gears. Because you want to be constantly sitting at range and spamming and turning and dodging, being able to turn your guns quicker is a major point of the ship. I don't find brisk, like some say, to be worth it because of the fact that with you firing every 22 seconds, you're going to want to be able to continue to fire, and so you're not going to get as much out of brisk as you could. Would it be useful in some situations? Yes, but I don't find it worth it. At tier 3, I like to take Adrenaline Rush along with Basics of Survivability. You want to keep those fire and flooding times down so that your ship is staying healthy. And then I go full survivability at tier 4. Emergency repair, concealment, and fire prevention. Concealment helps get me down to a 13.9 concealment, which is really nice. I can understand some people argue for taking the secondary battery firing range over Basics of Survivability. You're welcome to do that. I don't personally, but I have tried it with that, and you can still make it work like that. I don't think manual secondary battery aiming or the close quarters combat is worth it, because like I said, I don't like brawling with this as much. I like to keep this at range, so that with the 85,000 health, I'm staying more protected. But, like I said, I've played it secondary style. It can work. I just found this build to be more feasible in the long run. Next up, for the equipment, I'd like to take in slot 1 main armaments mod 1 standard. You want to keep your main battery going. Your torpedo tubes you want to keep them alive for if you need to push in. In slot number 2, I go back and forth between engine room protection and having the lower chance of catching fire and flooding. I don't think you go wrong with either. Slot 3, I do like to take the secondary battery modification. Well, I don't like to go in close with this, and I like to keep it as a brawler more, or sorry, pardon me, I like to keep it as a long range engage more at the 13 to 18 kilometer range. The secondary battery modification is nice because it does get your secondaries out to that 10 kilometer range still, which is a respectable range for them, and they will still slap when they hit. In slot 4, prop mod, you want to be able to dodge and speed juke as much as possible. If you don't want to take prop, steering gears to be able to turn quicker. Slot number 5 is going to be your concealment system modification. And then in slot number 6, you want the main battery mod, so you get the reload time, which is another reason to take grease the gears to balance out that. Now, in slot down here in consumables, you want spotting aircraft over fighter. You want to be able to stay at the range and have shots across the map because this thing has really good accuracy with the German battlecruiser, with the battlecruiser dispersion. So I like to have that because you can still smash at long range with that. Over on the exterior, what I like to take for the camouflage, permanent camouflage is completely fine. I'm sure there will be camos that'll come out for this eventually, but the permanent camo is fine. For the flags, take any flags that give you boosts on it, or whichever flags you like. Then in signals, right now, remember with the special and economic changes coming up soon, I'm not putting any of these on because I'm saving those. But if you're looking for flags to take for combat, I would recommend the following. You're going to want to take the fire and flooding time, keep that low. Take the heal to get the heal boost up. Speed for the little bit of extra timing there. And then I usually take the preparation reload time. For the flooding, it's not worth it. For these, if you're running it secondary, it's definitely worth it. But I tend not to fire HE because you get a 3600 max damage shell with a 27% fire, so you've already got a decent fire, and it's not a high damage on them, so I tend not to take them. I do recommend taking the secondary battery firing range just to give you that little bit more. AA, you can consider taking if you want because you have the AA. And then with your remaining spot, you can take a Die Hard flag, you can take a Det flag. It's up to you. I don't see the use in Sierra Bravo, even though it gives you the quicker defensive AA fire, but that's your choice. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, hope you enjoyed this video and it helps you put out and build your Mecklenburg. As always, this is Minnie, signing off.